Yo, what is going on? Good morning. This is Andrew, known as Zero Draw Drew, Pip Catchers Administration. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like this, subscribe to the channel, keep us motivated, put this shit out every single fucking day, baby. So let's get into it. It is December 5th, Sunday, 2021. We're here with another weekly analysis. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you like this, subscribe, and let's get into it. So Gbpjpy USD, we are bearish on the week, but as you can see, we are approaching that key support at that 1.31900 key level, right? So on the daily chart, we are also bearish, but one thing that I do notice is we never took buyers liquidity above this 1.33550 high. So I do feel like we are going to eventually push above that level, right? So on the hourly chart, we are looking at that 1.31900 level, which is the same level over here on the weekly chart. So we basically just want to wait for sellers to become exhausted over there to trade towards that buyer liquidity, but look for a reaction to the key levels listed, also the trend lines, because you know we're going to see resistance at those levels, right? So that is Gbpjpy USD. If you're a little confused, wait till the end. We're going to clarify everything. So that's how we do it, right? So that is Gbpjpy USD. Gbpjpy, similar story, right? We are bearish on the week, but one thing I do notice is we're coming close to that 148,600 key support, right? So, but at the same time, we are bearish. We've talked about this about a month ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So if you want to look at the weekly analysis from about 5 weeks ago, we called this swing about 600 pips. So no problem. So yeah, we called that weekly 600 pip move. If you want to go check that out in the previous weeks, go to the weekly analysis from about 5 weeks ago and you'll be able to see that. But now, that was then, this is now. Like I've talked about, you know, we just want to stay in the moment and move forward, right? So on the daily chart, like I said, we're approaching that key support level. We did drop below that 149,200 key value, right? Also one thing that I do notice on this daily chart, we are sort of starting to form this U-like resistance, similar to like what we did over here. So I do think we want to pump up back up to that 151,900 key support. All buyer liquidity is above that level, right? So basically we want to wait for sellers to become exhausted on the 1 hour chart, which they're pretty much already exhausted, right? But we might see a little bit more downside in the beginning of, you know, the open, you know, so wait for sellers liquidity to be grabbed somewhere below, you know, here or even here, and then look to trade once we get back into this trend line value. You know, first target's going to be that U resistance, second target's going to be that trend line high, right? So, and then the third target is going to be, you know, the daily U high. So like I said, overall, you know, Gbpjpy, we are bearish on the week, but we are approaching that key support level on the daily chart. All seller liquidity is basically grabbed below that 149,200 key support, which is this level right here. So just wait for sellers to become exhausted and then wait for bear traps to trade towards, you know, that first U resistance, which is over here on the 15-minute chart, and then, you know, trade towards, you know, the trend line, and then play it by day. Look at those levels, wait for a reaction to those levels, and play it by day. So if you guys are still confused, like I said, we are going to go over it again one more time once we wrap it all up. So that's Gbpjpy. Euro USD, we are indecisive on the week. As you can see, this could pretty much go any way at this point. So this can continue to drop, but at the same time, there is a possibility that we do move high. I know that sounds pretty vague, but we're going to play it by day, right? So on the daily chart, right, what I do notice is that, you know, we have this U resistance, right? We are at this 1.12630 key support, right? So we found support at this 1.12630 key support level, right? So all seller liquidity basically is below that 1.12630 key support. So if in the beginning of the day we drop and then, you know, trap bears below that level, we're going to look to trade towards that upside, right? So like I said, if it drops, you know, we trap bears at the 620 key support, we're going to look to trade towards that upside. Now if it pumps in the beginning of the week, we're going to look for bull traps above that U resistance and then trade towards the downside when we drop back into this value, right? Because all buyers liquidity basically is above this trend line and this U resistance right here. So we do need it to hold on a daily chart, and once it engulfs back into value, we might see, another sell off after that, occurs. But at the same time, if it does drop first and we do find support at the 630 level, we're going to trade towards that U resistance, right? So that is Euro USD. All right, and now gold. Gold is also indecisive on the week. As you can see, we came close to that 1762 key support level, right? We are indecisive on the week. On the daily chart, we did have this bullish engulfing that took out, the day prior's bearish candle, right? So one thing I do notice is we also have this U-like resistance at this 1813 high where all buyers liquidity is, right? So all buyer liquidity basically is above that 1813 high. We are reading up on the short term, right, due to that bullish engulfing candle. So look for support, at one of these key levels. Look for bear traps, over there to trade towards the trend line, right? So all buyer liquidity basically is above this trend line and this 1813 high. This really is kind of indecisive, but you kind of do have to play it by day. So like I did say, gold is indecisive on the week. We are at that 1762 key support, right? On the daily chart, we had a bullish engulfing that took out the day prior's bearish candle, right? We are reading that U-like resistance where all buyer liquidity is above that 1813 high. Right, so we do want to see bull traps above that 1813 high for the sell-off down to the crown low. Now, if price does happen to drop first, look for bear traps below this crown low at the 1758 and this key trend line right here for the buy opportunity up to the right shoulder, right? So you just want to play it by day and then just kind of go with it. So we're going to go over everything one more time. So if you guys are confused, just listen up. We're also going to be posting this analysis to my Discord group, so if you want to join that, it's free. Go on my Instagram.com/ZeroDrawDrew, just open and join, so on and so forth. Also, if you got any questions, I'm happy to help any of you guys out. You don't need to be a member, just feel free to shoot me a DM. Instagram.com/ZeroDrawDrew. I'll clarify whatever you guys want, because I know the information I post in these weekly analysis, they're good, but they could go a little bit more deep, but I can't tell you guys everything because the market is always moving, the market is always changing, so we're always adapting to what's happening. But I'm going to give you guys the levels. I'm going to tell you guys what to really look out for, that way it could help your trading style. So we're going to go over this one more time, so stick around, listen up, right? So gold, right, do a little bit more in depth, right? So gold, we have this daily doji candle, this weekly doji candle where we're kind of indecisive, and that's why I say, we kind of got to play it by day. Due to this weekly doji, we are indecisive, right? But on the daily chart, we have this bullish engulfing that took out, that previous day rejection. So on the short term, we are reading upside. So if you zoom in on that daily chart, we're looking at that key support, that 17777 right over there, right, which is pretty much this level right here. So in the beginning of the day, which it can technically drop down to this level too, so you just want to kind of play it by day and look for bear traps to the levels listed. So basically all the seller liquidity on the short term is at this 1778 key support, right? So you do want to look for bear traps to that level to pretty much trade towards, the trend line, which is over there, which would be the first resistance level, right? Okay, so like I said, weekly indecisive, daily bullish due to that bearish engulfing, right? On the hourly chart, we're looking at that key support, that 1777. Look for bear traps over there to trade towards, the overall buyer liquidity level, which is the trend line, then that 1813 high. Right, so that is gold. Euro USD, similar story. We're indecisive on the week, right? On the daily chart, we do have this U-like resistance. We're holding that 1.12630 key support, right? So we do kind of want to play it by day, right? We want to see what happens in the beginning of the day. If price does drop first, we're going to look for bear traps to this 1.12630 support, you know, to trade towards that U high resistance, because all buyers liquidity is above that level. Now, if we pump first, we're going to look for bull traps above that U resistance to trade towards, you know, the overall lows, right? So all buyer liquidity is above this trend line and this high right here, and all seller liquidity is below this 1.12620 low and this trend line right here. Right, so that is Euro USD. Keep it simple, guys. Gbpjpy, bearish on the week, right? But we're approaching that key support at 148, 600 level, right? So all seller liquidity on the daily chart was pretty much grabbed. We are reading this U-like resistance. We're watching this 149, 200 support level. As you can see on the hourly chart, all bears are pretty much exhausted, but we might get a little bit more downside in the beginning of the, you know, open. So we do want to wait for sellers to become exhausted to trade towards, you know, the buyer liquidity level. So the first liquidity would be, you know, that 15U resistance, which is over here. So we want to wait for sellers to become exhausted below there to trade towards that U resistance and then push higher, right? So that is Gbpjpy. Gbp USD, similar story. We're bearish on the week, but we're approaching that 1.31900 key support, right? So on the daily chart, we are also bearish, but buyers liquidity was never grabbed above that 1.33550 high. So I do want to wait for sellers to become exhausted below that 1.31900 key support and that trend line to trade towards that overall buyer liquidity at that 1.33550 high. So that is it, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free, shoot me a DM at Instagram.com/0 fucking draw drill. No, it's not fucking, but it's Instagram.com/0 draw drill. I'll be more than happy to help any of you guys out. Don't got many clients, so I don't got much time. So let's go. Let's get this new fucking week, new fucking month, new fucking year coming. 2022 is fucking right on the horizon. We're gonna fucking make this shit count, baby. The last month of the year. Make sure you like this, subscribe to the channel, keep us motivated, put this shit out. Other than that, have a fantastic fucking Sunday. Love you all. Peace.